Well, that's a pain. Hello there. In this video, I'll show you how to replace the electric window switch in a Vauxhall Corsa D using, as the example, this 1.2 litre petrol from 2011. This is the switch that stopped working, the driver's window switch on the right side of the car. But before we rush to replace it, it's good practice, as when anything electrical stops working on a car, to first check the fuse. And that's because if the fuse has blown, replacing that switch won't solve the problem. Now, the Vauxhall Corsa D has either 2 or 3 fuse boxes, depending on the model. But the one we need is here on the left side of the engine bay. Specifically today, we need to check fuse number 32, which is this one here. That fuse relates to the electric window on the right side of the car, which is where the problem is. In contrast, if the electric window switch wasn't working on the left of the car, we check that fuse adjacent, which is number 31. Now, to check fuse number 32 for the right electric window switch, we're going to first remove it with this tool that lives inside the lid of the fuse box. So let's grab it with that and pull it out. There we are. Now, to see whether the fuse had blown, we need to have a good look inside it. Specifically, we need to check whether this curvy piece of metal runs continuously from left to right or whether it's broken. And as we can see, this one runs continuously, which means the fuse is fine, it has not blown. So, now we know the fuse is okay, we can replace this entire control panel here, more confident that it will actually fix the problem and make the window go up and down. And to replace it, we first have to pry the old one out of position. Now, the best tool for prying the window switch out of place is, of course, a special prying tool. And this is most suitable because it's strong, but yet it's made of plastic, so it's not likely to damage the car's trim. And last time I looked, you could get a whole set of these on eBay for about £3 or £4, so that's money well spent. But if you haven't got such a thing, you can instead use a flat-headed screwdriver and simply cover the tip with a cloth so you don't damage the car's plastic trim. Okay, we need to start prying down this end because there's a little connector about there. So let's have a go. In goes the tool, give it a little wiggle, and we can see the switches starting to lift out already. There's also another little connector up here, which I'm struggling to reach because there's a camera in the way, but you won't be so impeded. There we are. And now the switch just lifts out like so. And if we have a look on the bottom, there's an electrical connector there, which needs to be undone. And that's easy enough. Just press this little piece of black plastic there at the end of my finger, like so. And that enables this piece of grey plastic to slide like this. And that releases the electrical connector, which, with a little bit of wiggling, now comes out. Just like so, and now the electric window switch is free. Now, the Vauxhall Corsa D is a fairly modern car, and there are tens of thousands of them on the road, which means you can easily get a replacement electric window switch for a modest price. I tend to get such things on eBay, and once you've got yours, to install it, all you've got to do is reverse the process I've already shown you. And there we go, all sorted. In contrast, it is a slightly different process if you want to replace the electric window switch over here on the left side of the car rather than the right. So it does simply pry out of place in the same way as on the other side of the car. But then when we have a look underneath, we can see there's a difference. Electrical connector. To take this connector apart, simply find this circular piece of plastic there, then push that down with a small tool and at the same time slide it upwards in this direction. There we go. So that's it, but before you go, don't forget to subscribe to CarSpyTV. That makes it easier to find my other content. Can you also please do me a favour and click like on this video, and I'll see you next time. Lovely weather. Bye-bye.